Astral's mission really is committed to discovering, developing, and promoting the nation's most gifted emerging classical musicians.
The program we provide is rather comprehensive. It's a career bridge for musicians making the transition from the conservatory to the professional stage.
Young artists, as soon as they graduate, they are left out there in the world by themselves. There's no one helping them.
They build a platform for you, and you go from there. You grow as a performer and also as a human being.
The great thing about Astral is that they really go back to the whole core of why we play music. You know, it's really for a community. It's really to share your love and your passion with others.
Our interest is completely dedicated to the career development of the most awesome young artists that we can find.
It's like going to the tailor. They tailor what, according to your needs, they go their way.
Art is creation. It's about creating things that you want to create with what you're inspired by. After I met Astral Artists, it's changed my perception on just how I see myself as an artist, as a violinist, where I belong and how I should be as an artist.
When we found out that Kristen Lee was interested in cross-genre collaboration in terms of other kinds of music, I had met E-Code just a couple months before and thought it would be a fantastic opportunity for them to collaborate, and it really has been amazing.
Experiencing a great work of art is probably the most transcendent experiences you can have as a person, as a human being, and it connects you with other human beings and with the world. And I just would like for everyone to have that experience and to be moved in that way. And I feel that Astral, by supporting musicians who can cause that sort of fantastic experience for people, is really part of that whole mission.
If you never have any contact with classical music, it's as if it didn't exist. The trick is to dispel the notion that classical music is boring, that it's static, that it's old-fashioned, that its time has passed, and to make it relevant to our times with these vibrant musicians and to make the repertoire so interesting that it becomes irresistible.
We're doing almost 160 outreach concerts a year. The focus is to bring our artists up close and personal, whether it's students or whether it's the elderly, whether it's in a hospital atmosphere, whatever it is, so that the presentation can have a personal effect on the people. I know that when we go into the schools, you have students who have never heard a violin up close and personal, or never heard a classical guitar played the way Jason V.O. plays it. And all of a sudden they have this realization that there's this beauty out there.
I have this piece that I always do with outreach performances where it's called Missionary by Fernando Bustamante.
So I'll just tell them, like, this is the bass line, you know, this is the riff, if they're not really familiar with classical music. And then, you know, and then I float the next layer over the top to show them that this is like the rhythm, this is kind of the glue that holds the whole thing together, right? And now here's the melody.
Kids as young as 5, where they actually see somebody right in front of them doing that, it's pretty powerful.
Those moments are unforgettable. I am positive that we have given those moments to both the elderly and to the young.
The message that we deliver personally think that is the message of humanity. It doesn't really matter who you play for. Little kids, it's all the same.
The way we choose the artists for Astral, it's not just the fact that they play incredibly well. They have to have that X factor, something special that either you see just a little glimpse of and you know you can nurture and mentor into something bigger and something that everybody will feel.
I love the flawless music that's played by the musicians, as well as the energy that comes from the audience, because they're so excited by the performances.
We are completely committed to commissioning new works. It has been a very important part of Astral's mission and something I am certain we will continue well into the future.
New and interesting ideas can come from anywhere in an organization. The Spiritual Voyages concerts was intended to engage people in poetry as well as music in different art forms. My husband, Julian Rodescu, who was the artistic director of Astral, came up with the idea of featuring music by African-American composers, Latin American, and Asian composers.
I pitched the idea to Julian that I'm very interested in African-American music when I was brought onto the roster. And when I told Julian that, he nearly flipped, and he just created this amazing festival just based on that idea.
People are getting much more attuned to the fact that the art form is changing continually, and it's always very exciting.
Astral does not shy away from a challenge, that we are actually quite the opposite. We embrace the challenge.
Everything is go, forge a new path, find a way.
You always have to strive for being better or improving your performance. Then that goes on for life.
Astral Artists concerts are those kind of concerts where you go to them and you're, you know, as a professional musician, you think, I'd like to go home and practice now.
You only have one life to live, and you have to do what feeds your soul and what you feel is most important. And to me, music really distills the essence of life. And true art is really what makes life worth living.